I hope you're going to move that lot just in case anyone comes round.
So, what are you going to do?
What does it look like? I'm going to work.
No, you know what I mean. You're going to tell them that you're leaving.
Why? Because you instructed me to choose between my job and my marriage.
No, because you won't listen to reason. What else am I supposed to do?
You know damn well what you're supposed to do, Norman. Support your wife. Hiya, Mick, come in.
All right.
Ah, Mick! What's happening today? More of the same? Frame an innocent man, ruin a few lives, break up a marriage perhaps?
Shut up.
I believe it's called natural justice.
Cornwall's the passenger, not the destination. So don't be older.
Good time for a coffee. Yeah.
Huh? I'll phone the fare back, shall I? Tell him he's finishing his breakfast.
Why not? Roads are quiet. No problem. How long are you on today, Pat?
I'll finish at 2.
2? Right, could you do a few extra hours since the Vernon's off?
Don't know.
We'd appreciate it.
Go on, then.
Good man.
Hey, I'll get off. I'll microwave that when I get back.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't wipe his mouth from as well.
Hey, we're in better shape for this afternoon. Where you were going, he would have walked out before he finished the morning shift.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm good at, isn't it? People walking out on me. She wants a divorce.
Yeah? Well, it can't be unexpected.
Well, yes. I mean, her kicking me out, fine, I deserved it. Her shacking up with Mr. 5 o'clock shadow, well, he's been after that for months. So. But a divorce, Dev.
Oh, come on, Steve. You know, move on. If it's over, it's over. It's like Elvis said, there's a lot of pretty women waiting out there.
I thought you were supposed to come back from India with a quote from a mystic, not a dead rocker. Anyway, I reckon I can talk her away from him.
Yeah, talking about mystical powers, that man. You know, I thought I knew Gina, but he twisted her around his little finger, that guy.
Exactly.
Go and talk to her. What have you got to lose? Or if you rather, I put it in the words of the Maharishi, when the deep waters of the holy Ganges pass by.
Thank you very much. Right, Brian. So just like that, him of the job.
Well, it's hardly just like that. It's been brewing since the court case.
And he doesn't care that you've got promotion, a transfer?
Well, let's say he wasn't exactly impressed. He sets a lot of store by principles, Norman, and he's stubborn. But, well, that's the man I married.
Yeah. And he married a copper, not a flaming Sunday school teacher. He knew what he was getting into.
He didn't marry a bent copper, Mick.
You're not bent. You just stood by me, that's all. And I'd have done exactly the same for you.
Yeah, well, we can't go on like this. One way or another, me and him have got to sort this out. Have the phone, please, and then
Look, I'll see you later.
Yeah, Norman, it's me. But this afternoon, you're not doing anything, are you?
Hey, now that looks like a sensible way to spend a bank holiday.
Yeah, it is.
Fancy coming?
Fishing? Do I look sad? Hey, it's all right, actually. Me and Dad have a right laugh.
Well, you changed your tune.
Yeah, well, Craig won't come in before, would it? Hey, ever put your hand in a bucket of maggots?
He's got to find a point, son.
What if I catch something?
Hey, the more you'll catch the cold.
I'll be better than you.
You've got 2 chances, Slim and none. Slim's just left out.
Sorted, grudge match.
Come on, we'll see if it's all right with your mum.
Right.
What's going on?
Oh, I just got
Me
to
and
get
Dad
that
are going
grub.
fishing with David and Martin. Lasses can't come.
Like I'd want to. So, what happened to Aaron?
Well, I'm sorry, Katie, I forgot.
We arranged it.
Yeah.
I thought you said, you know, you were all right about what happened.
Yeah, I am. But it was David, he caught me on the up. And then I forgot about the running, it just totally went out of my head. But we'll go tomorrow. Promise.
Forget it. In fact, forget the whole flipping thing.
Katie, wait!
Oh, Norris, you've missed a bit. You've missed that corner.
If I had a pound for every joker that said that.
What, is Rita too mean to use a proper window cleaner?
Not venturing out today, then?
No, I was going to get Ken to take me on a drive to Derbyshire, but he's had to take Blanche to my auntie's. She's been taken ill.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
Well, she's an old lady.
Yeah, well, if I was ill, I'm not sure I'd want my gran looking after me.
Oh, that's not fair. She was really worried.
Yeah, for about 5 minutes. After that, it'd be moan, pick, criticise.
She does have a point, you know. I mean, you'd hardly mistake Blanche for Mother Teresa.
Or Elizabeth Taylor. Mind you, she can still pull the fellas, you know.
Oh, is he still seeing this Willie?
It's Wally, as well you know. She rung him, do you know?
Don't know.
She was supposed to be taking it to Blundell Sands today.
Blackpool?
No, Blundell Sands, she said to me.
Yeah, well, she changed her mind. Apparently, Blundell Sands is full of pensioners.
Oh, unlike her. She does sometimes behave like Tracy's younger sister. Do you know, it wouldn't surprise me if she hadn't got designs on this Paul Wally long term.
Yeah, well, at least she won't be settling down, starting a family.
I sometimes think she's more chance of doing that than you have.
Do you know, when all this is finished, can we have a holiday?
Yeah, of course we can. Why, where do you fancy?
Somewhere hot.
Well, we better not make it Spain, had we? Because Mike's going to be spending plenty of time there when he's got now to do at Underworld.
He'll be all right, won't he, though? When he loses the factory.
Well, he's not going to be the happiest bunny, is he? But I wouldn't worry about Mike, because I promise you, he would never, ever worry about you, OK? I don't know. Worrying about Baldwin, still wearing Steve's ring. I thought I was the only man in your life. Hey, take it off.
I have done.
It's still round your neck, Karen. Every time I look at you, I see him. It's about time.
OK.
I'm not in, all right?
Well, how do you know it's for you?
Well, it's bound to be Mike, innit? One of his golfing partners would have cancelled. He'd either want to do some work or go for a drink, wouldn't he? Go on, get rid of him for us, will you?
Smart. And what am I meant to tell him?
I don't know. Something so embarrassing that he'll want to scurry off to the Rovers as fast as his little legs will carry him.
Is he in?
If you mean Joe, then yeah, why?
I want to talk to you about this divorce. See if you mean it.
Yeah, I mean it.
Well, you can't. Not just like that.
Emma couldn't get a day off then, couldn't she?
Someone's got to keep the peace, Vera.
It's a shame you're stuck in here. Emma does seem to spend a lot of time at work.
She's very committed.
Well, as long as she's not neglecting you two, you make such a lovely family. It's my one big regret not to... You ought to get yourselves a holiday. Now this awful business with Mr. Battersby's out of the way.
I wish it was, Emily.
You must be preying on your mind that he'll be back on your doorstep all too soon.
He's never far away from our thoughts, put it that way.
You give to good causes, don't you, Mrs. Bishop?
I do.
Because we're collecting for Leslie's appeal. The court case were a stitch-up, weren't it, Curly?
I do hope that all this nonsense his acolytes are spouting isn't putting pressure on Emma, because no one's taking any notice.
Well, it's not helping. Emma's job means everything to her.
Not everything.
More than a family, I promise you.
It must be difficult, being a woman in the police force. She has to work that much harder, I'm sure.
It's more than just working hard. I've told her she's got to get her priorities right. Her job, or us.
I see. And what she said.
She's been offered promotion. It would mean 30 grand a year, probably a new house for us, away from Les. And all I've got to give up is... Well, I'm looking after our child day in, day out. All I've got left is my principles, and she's asking me to give them up as well.
I'm sure it's not that bad. And even if it seems like it, Norman, I'm plead with you not to do anything you might regret.
The trouble is, the only alternative I've got is to do nothing. And I might regret doing that as well.
What do you reckon them two are going on about?
Probably having a laugh about how quiet it is round here without Les.
So, what would Les be doing if he was here?
Having a barbie. Playing a bit of quote. Loud.
Come across to the pub?
She don't want to go.
Oh, you still here? I thought I said I wanted a private word with my wife.
But she don't want a private word with you, Steve, so get lost, eh?
Oh, suddenly you can't talk for yourself?
What do you want?
Me and you alone. It is important.
You heard Joe.
Fine. Only I don't think this divorce is your idea.
She said it and she meant it.
You're not doing it for him, are you?
She's doing it.
I'm doing it for me.
Okay. I'll admit to adultery. She doesn't have to be named, does she?
Still remember her name then, do you?
Karen, you're getting what you want.
Yeah. I haven't got a solicitor yet, so...
It's okay, you can use mine. What are you up to, Steve?
Hey?
Rolling over, giving in. I don't get it.
Good. Because this is between me and my wife. It's got nothing to do with you, Carter.
It's got everything to do with me.
Stop it, both of you! Is that it? I'm sorry.
For what?
That it's turned out like this.
See me.
Hello, Tracy, my love. You are looking lovely.
Oh, please.
Yeah, all right, don't get offended. I was just... Anyway, is your gran ready?
Sorry, she's not here.
Hey? But Blundell Sands, it's all arranged.
Well, actually, it was Blackpool. But it's neither now, it's Morecambe.
What?
She's gone to visit her sister. She's ill.
You are having me on, aren't you? I mean, she'd have rung.
It was the middle of the night anyway. My mum tried to call you, but you must have been on your way.
You haven't been saying anything to her, have you?
No. I thought I'd give you a chance to treat her properly.
Well, I mean, I am. I mean, what else do you call taking her to Blackpool on a bank holiday Monday?
Wally, do you know how she feels about you? If I told her the sort of things she was saying to me...
On, you didn't take that seriously, did you?
Which bit? When you were chatting me up, or when you said you didn't want to be more than mates with her?
Yeah, all right. Well, when she gets back, I'll bear in mind what you've been saying. Well, I appear to be at a bit of a loose end now.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. What have you got in mind for the rest of the day?
Nout.
Oh, well, in that case, perhaps you and me could... Yeah, all right, I'm just joking, keep your hair on. Although, if you really want... I'm going. It was a close call, that, wasn't it, eh? Blackpool. How'd you like to be busy? Ta-da!
Hey, didn't you say he puts his kiddie down for a sleep about now?
Oops.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, not enough for 3.
Is this a wind-up or what?
No, but if you want to bring some up.
No, that flaming row. Now, are you going to turn it down, or do I have to come round and do it?
That's not a row. It's status quo. Leslie's band. We're having a memorial gig.
I know exactly what you're doing. Now, I'll ask you one more time. Are you going to turn that row down?
And we'll tell you once more time. No.
Why should we do you any favours? My mate's in jail because your wife's a lying cow.
Your mate's in jail because a jury found him guilty. Look, what about little Ben, eh? He's not done you any harm, he needs his sleep.
Chops or sausages?
Both, Ta.
Here we go.
Rocking
all over the world.
He's a changed man since he got back. He's more relaxed, he's easygoing.
Peter was the same last night after coming from taking Adam home. Oh, for at least 40 seconds. So you reckon that it's India that's done that to him then?
Well, it has to be. He keeps going on about it all the time.
No, it's not India. It's Tracy. I mean, they split up. He's easygoing. She comes home, I'm wound up. Draw your own conclusions.
I still feel awful about that, Deirdre. Opening me big gob.
Listen, the best thing about those two being together was it stopped him spoiling another couple.
Immature about is one thing, right? But making it too easy for her, please.
Well, the more reasonable I am, the more it irritates him, so if I keep chipping away.
Yeah, you'll be chipping away to a divorce within a week. Hi.
Hi. We were just talking about you. Some of it was actually rather nice.
Well, in that case, more drinks, Shelley. Orange juice for me and a pint for Steve.
One of the things we were talking about, look, I'm really sorry for coming between you and Tracy. It wasn't any of my business.
Right. Well, it might not have been deliberate, but I'm very grateful that you did. Give me time, space, you know? Chance to think.
About anything interesting?
The service in here was a lot better when she was away, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, one for Tracy.
All right then, I'll have a white wine, please, large. So what is this? A meeting of the Deb Allahan fan club?
Just the Weatherfield branch.
Got nothing better to do than slum it in a backstreet pub, then?
What, like you mean?
Actually, I came in here for a reason. Came to ask Sunita out for a meal tonight.
Hey?
That is if you're not busy, darling.
Like she ever is. Look, forget about the drink, I just remembered. Got a phone call to make.
That was a rotten trick.
Sorry?
Pretending to invite me out just to upset Tracy.
No, I'm serious. I want to thank you for holding the fort while I was away.
Well, in that case, yeah. Sure, fine.
Excellent.
Kirk!
You see this? I should put it on there, where it belongs, but I won't stoop to your level. That's breaking and entering, that! So call the police!
It's a broken man, you know. We went to visit him.
He'll survive.
He'll be on her head if he doesn't.
She could have saved him, you know.
Look, why don't you go and pick on Mick? Mick's the one that beat him up. Or so Les says.
He's telling the truth and all.
Just go away.
Oh, yeah, Kurt. Let me wipe that off.
What's going on?
Come on.
You don't want to know.
Are you talking to them after all they've been saying about me and Mick?
Emma, they're the ones telling the truth.
Well, I hope you didn't tell them that.
Do you think I'd do that?
Yes, actually.
What, betray you to them morons?
Oh, good. A principle that works in my favour for once. Well, look, at least it'll make you realise we can't stay here any longer. I mean, at the minute, it's just a couple of kids making life awkward. Les is still in prison. Imagine what it's going to be like when he gets out.
I've done nothing wrong. Why should I be driven out of my house?
Because there's no alternative. That's what I came back to talk to you about. We've got to leave this behind us, Norman. We've got to move on.
Oh, just like that? So we forget about you lying...
Oh, you don't get it, do you, you stupid, stupid man? I'm trying to make the best of this mess, and you're just wallowing in it, drowning in self-pity. Poor me, what a bitch of a wife, but, Norman, it doesn't have to be like this.
Oh, I see. So us moving away is going to solve all that, is it, eh? When I can hardly bear to look at you.
I'm going, and Ben's going with me. You can come with us if you want, but that's up to you.
You're not taking my son anywhere!
I'm his mother. I'm the breadwinner, and you've got no job, no prospects. Principals won't put food on the table.
Well, thanks. Thanks for that. At least I know how you really feel.
Yeah, well, seeing as you can hardly bear to look at me.
Where are you going?
Out. Give you time to come to your senses. Oh, think about this, will you, Norman? If I did give up my job, what difference would it really make, other than to make you feel good? Because then we'd both be losers. And I'm not a loser, Norman. Just remember that.
How are you?
All right.
$3.96, please.
There you go. How you doing?
Revising, going bonkers.
Didn't I hear you're going to Oxford?
Forget the grades.
You'll walk it.
His mum certainly thinks so.
Only thing I've learned at university is that studying's a lot easier with an ale or two inside you.
Oh, so that's where I went wrong.
Hey, why don't you come down to Weatherfield Arms tonight? We can have a couple. I mean, they've got karaoke on.
OK if I bring my girlfriend?
Sure, we'll have a laugh. I'll see you there, all right?
See ya.
Ta-ra.
I don't know about beer helping, but chocolate biscuits do it for me.
Oh, second shot.
Not dolling yourself up for the big date? Or did he cancel it the second I left? Look, we both know he's just trying to wind me up.
Actually, he meant it.
Of course he did. But we both know he's going to cancel and say something's come up. Then you're going to be sat on your own, aren't you, watching the telly?
I always wondered what a bad loser would look like. Now I know. I would ask you to join us, but you'd be better off at the Weatherfield Arms. They're having a karaoke. You could sing all by myself.
What?
Where's Karen? What a word.
Yeah, well, you've had two already, Steve. Get and lost.
Please?
I've had enough of this. He's taking the mick.
Are you just trying to cause trouble?
What, for wanting to talk to you? If that's a problem for him, then...
What do you want?
Wedding ring. Your ring.
What?
Look, it might not mean anything to you, Karen, but it does to me, so...
Look, I don't want you round here anymore, Steve. Now, like I said before, just get lost, eh? Now.
Look, do you mind?
Steve, you've blown your marriage. It's done, it's gone, finito. Now, if you want to come here again, you phone first, got it?
Your name's not even on the rent book.
Steve, will you just please go?
Keep it, then.
Norman?
It's locked and bolted.
So, open it.
No, you're not coming back in.
Oh, don't be so silly.
Silly? I've never been more serious in all my life. Here, look. Here's some of your clothes. I'll pack your spare uniform. I thought
you'd had a word with it.
I'll pack the rest later.
Oh, for heaven's sake, will you just let me in?
No, you wanted to go, now go!
Norman?
I will not be forced out of my own home. Not by Les Battersby and not by you.
Norman, I thought you two were going to have a reasonable conversation.
So did I. But her idea of reasonable is that me, the loser, the man with no prospects, does everything that she says. The boss, the breadwinner, the mother of my child.
Who says you have to go to the seaside for a show, eh?
What's going on? Ain't he gonna lie for you anymore?
This is private.
Not very.
Is that what you're rowing about, her stitching Les up?
This has got nothing to do with you.
Oh, something we agree on for once.
Yeah, I bet it is. Come on, Curly, tell him. Leslie's telling the truth, innit? It's her and Baldy that are lying.
Ask him.
Norman, just open the door. We need to talk about this now.
Why, what are you going to do? Try and shut him up? Too late, love. We all know the truth.
Look where you started. Will you let me in, please?
I've done talking to you. Look, I know you don't care very much, but our marriage is over.
Oh, say, talk about dirty washing in public.
You get on with your career. You get on with your life. I'm staying here with the son I brought up, with the child you hardly ever see. Look, Emma, you're not going to win this one. Just go, eh?